Hello, very good evening. Just waiting for Akanksha to join in. Hey Bhavani, sorry, it was really crazy day. I didn't respond. Um, I did see your message. Warm welcome. I'm going to bring Akanksha on camera. Really? Hi.
Hello,
Okay. Hi Akanksha.
hello to everyone who's joined in till now.
Yes. Hi Vijay. So I came to the balcony today because it's not very cloudy. So I thought today let me show the sun. I don't know how can you see? Ah,
Absolutely.
still, it's a little bright today, which is nice. So I thought, why not sit out? Okay. All right. So probably we'll just give it a minute, Akanksha, and then we can start off.
Done.
Yeah. So who else is joined? Hi, Vijay. Hi, Jyotirmay. Welcome. So I have my team member Akanksha as well today.
Hello, everyone, to all those who are joining in now.
All righty. Okay. So let's start off, Akanksha. So,
Yes.
uh, so hello everyone. I'm Viji Murthy. Probably just a brief introduction about me. Who am I, and what do I do? Um, so I run a company called AVKA Naturals by Viji Murthy, and I'm also a healer, a Reiki master, a Karunaki Reiki master, Access Bar Consciousness facilitator. Also, I'm a mother of a 4.5-year-old toddler, and my husband is a very lucky man. So that's me. And this is Akanksha. She works with us, our team member, and I'm blessed to have her. She's a fantastic team member to have. And I will let Akanksha introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Hello to all those who have joined in. So I'm Akanksha Seth. I'm also a mother to a 1.5-year-old, and I've been working with Viji since the April of 2019. I've learned plenty from her, also with her corporate experience and her spiritual inclination. There's so much to, and I'm very, very happy, very excited to be on this episode of Winner Mindset series. And yes, let's get started. I'm very happy and thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
Absolutely, my pleasure. I
thank
think one of the reason, so the two reasons, by the way, why I wanted Akanksha to be here. The second one I only got to know later. The first one is that when we were brainstorming about what session to take the next, in my Winner Mindset series, we have a list of topics that we want to cover. We want to talk. We want to like really contribute to people out there. So so when we were talking, so we thought, why not? It's time to do the lockdown lessons, right?
this.
And we were going through what to cover, what should we cover, what are her lessons been, and things like that. And Akanksha was so good at it and so convinced. She had brilliant points. So I said, Akanksha, I think you should just come online. We should have like a chat like this, something for a change rather than just me being on the camera all the time or just me being the face. And she happily agreed. And she's a bit nervous, so all you guys,
Yes.
give her a thumbs up. Give Akanksha a thumbs up if she's doing well. I personally feel she's doing really well. For the first time, you just can't make out. Trust me, I've seen the nerves that she's had for the last 2 days, right? And
No.
I've only been talking to her, right? But yes, so I think she's someone who's very passionate about what she's gone through right now, her points. And I said, why not do it together? All right. And the second reason is the coming week is her birthday, which I only later got to know. And she said, this is going to be the best birthday gift that she can ever get. Right. And I am so much in gratitude. Gratitude, I cannot tell you, because during these lockdown times of tough times or the testing times, I don't know what best I could have given you as a gift, right? And this session or this live video is a gift from us to
Abs-
Akanksha.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to Viji. Thank you to all those who've joined in on a Sunday evening, who've joined us for a casual chit chat, and of course, lessons that are a part of the package. Thank you. So,
Brilliant. Okay, so let's start off then. So one, something that we thought, why not do lockdown lessons now? Because we're almost, so there are three reasons to it. One is when all of this pandemic started, right? It was a new phase for us or a new time or something that we've never witnessed. So, in the beginning of the lockdown, we were just trying to cope with the situation. Once the lockdown, then it settled in, we actually then accepted this pandemic or we accepted this lifestyle or what we are going through. That's the second part. And the third one, and that's what we are in now, once we've coped and then we've accepted it, now we are on just in the beginning of transformation. And at the beginning of any transformation, and I wouldn't even say we are transformed, we're just beginning to touch upon the transformation phase, is where we need to really understand, reassess, analyze, learn what is it that we've gone through and how is it that we can take those lessons which has already made us strong. In fact, you all will agree to that, right? But we've put everything together and we're bringing this to you in our Winner Mindset series with Viji Murthy. And now, what do you do with these lessons and how can we move forward in that strength? And that's what we want to bring to you today. Yeah, so Akanksha,
yes,
have I covered everything that we discussed?
absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you start off with the first one? More than the first one, I think we're going through, we just address the why, right? Why we doing this? Why we doing this session? All right. And now I'm going to pass it over to Akanksha on um, what are those lessons that we've learned, right? And how have they impacted us? And how can we carry forward? So, Akanksha, off to you, the first point.
Yes. Um, so, over a period of time, we have definitely realized that this lockdown is here to stay. Initially, we were a little skeptical. We thought it will come to an end soon, but now we know it's not going to be easy. It's a hard struggle, it's a long struggle, it's here to stay. In fact, with Bengaluru going in lockdown in another two
Yeah,
days,
yep,
it's
yep.
difficult. Uh, so let's start with the
And yeah, it's a great point that you bring, because if you see again we're going down in the lockdown, it only shows that we've got to get all the mustard, all the lessons that we've learned, and it's just about good timing as well, I feel.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's time to implement all the lessons and move forward.
Okay. So why don't you kickstart the first one? What is the first lesson that we want to talk about?
I think the most prominent one and the one that easily comes to you at the top of your head is patience and coexistence. So we are all living with in harmony with many other people. We have co-workers, parents, in-laws, children, domestic workers, and all of them may not have been in a very good mood lately. You know, people seem agitated, people are frustrated. It's an unpredictable situation. People are fighting different battles, you know, different battlegrounds emotionally. But surprisingly, you know, when I speak to people and me and Vijay talk, we've all been very kind and accommodating. We've not really blasted someone to be late to work or anything of that sort. We've been very patient,
So I
kind.
think patience is such an obvious virtue, but I
Yes.
think now we don't have a choice, do we?
No, we don't. And I think that is the very reason that we were compelled to be patient because we had no other option. And
Yep.
progress from patience is coexistence. So, in my opinion, humans predominantly, we love routine, we love regularity, we love predictability, and we like to function like clockwork, very mechanical. If you think of it, very happy after a long vacation. Reason, you know, very obvious it was. a fixed agenda for everyone at home. Everyone had a predetermined place.
Akanksha, your net is going a little weak. Um, so do you think you can? I think we're losing her. I think the net is a little weak. Let me just try. Okay, so I'm just going to continue with the coexistence that we were talking about. Uh, so one of my point on, so Akanksha, we lost you. I'm just going to continue on that point. Um,
No.
so one of the point on coexistence was what we were talking about is spouse. How many of us actually are used to living with our spouse? Yeah, it's now you're back. You were completely gone. I'm just covering the spouse bit because we lost you. um yeah, so how many of us are really used to living with our spouse 24/7? Actually it was just for many of them, it was just a weekend, spouse or time with them, full time that you were going to be with them. And it is not easy to live with your family full time, and now we're really experiencing it. And I think that's brought about a huge amount of patience, and I think coexistence. Leave alone anyone outside, but living with your family, making sure they are safe, making sure you guys are happy, making sure you're actually sane during this time. I think that's built in a lot of patience.
Am I am I audible
Yes,
now?
yes, yes,
Yes. Okay.
yes.
I absolutely agree with you. You know, if we weren't patient and if we didn't have this willingness to coexist with our family members, we would have been in a sense of total madness, chaos. Um,
Absolutely. So we'll move to the
Speaking of,
second point. I think the
yes,
second point was I will let you take over the second one. What's the second point?
so the second one is compassion. Um, I would like to share this anecdote with you all. Um, as professional as Viji is, she's very professional, and that's a virtue I've learned from her. She was really strict with the guidelines, the timelines, and how things should be, a very definite framework, and all of that. And lately, with the lockdown and all of that, it really seems that all over the overall definition itself of professionalism has changed. And everyone is less strict, more accommodating, less rigid, and it all seems very mellowed down, much calmer and happier, and it's a wonderful environment to be in. And for example, like we have these team calls, me, Viji, and we have another team member. We schedule calls several times. We will schedule a call for 12 p.m. It will keep getting pushed because one of us is not available or whatever. We are
Feeding a
three of us.
baby, feeding lunch, making lunch for our children, or I'm packing and I have to meet the courier guy. So many things. Yeah,
And there is never anger or animosity that just for you I was free and why didn't you take the call? Never. There is so much of love, positivity, and it's always encouraging the other to
true.
take care of the do what you have to and then get back to work in a nice professional manner. So we it's amazing how we've maintained the quality with Viji's help and guidance. And yes, so I
I
think
think
there's a lot of compassion overall.
Yeah, so I think even something that we were talking about is when my husband's taking his office meetings, video conferencing calls. A lot of kids now are video bombing or photo bombing, or somebody's asking something. We mothers are used to it, but the husbands were never, because they've majority, even a lot of women as well, locked up in offices. You never had that kind of disturbance. But now even the employers understand that there is such a low down, mellow down expectation, and the real things are being expected, like work. What are you doing, how are you doing, and a lot of the frills and fancies of professionalism has come down. And that's amazing, because that is true work and that is true compassion. And like how Akanksha was giving that example, I can't tell you, I'm so blessed to have such team members. And yeah, we're working so hand in hand, with so much of understanding, right? So that's a big lesson. So the first one was patience, coexistence. The next is compassion. The next one, Akanksha, what's the next one?
So next we move on to self-reliance. I think this is a very obvious one. Us Indians, we are absolutely spoiled when it comes to that. And in this aspect, we are nothing like the Western civilization. We choose to have a designated person to cook, to clean, to iron our clothes. We have an exclusive nanny, a chauffeur, and you name the
Uh,
role, and there's a person
yeah.
designated.
One
So
family at least has one help for sure, right?
absolutely, absolutely, we have domestic help to help us out. And suddenly, almost overnight, when all of that was stripped off, we learned to do everything.
Yeah.
In the snap of a finger, we've learned how to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
We may not have these tasks past, but for me personally, it's been great fun. It's been a learning experience for all of us. And I think one of the takeaways also from this is gratitude. You really understand how hard these domestic workers
Yeah.
are and how hard they work. And yes, self-reliance. You learn to rely on yourself. And this is going to be, I think, a very important lesson even as we move forward.
It's a life
And
skill, isn't it? We've actually built a life skill, isn't it?
exactly, and literally, there's such a like creepers with this relationship that we've had, and it's time to be self-reliant. It's time to pull up your socks, see whether you're working from home, teaching your children, whatever. You do it all, and you depend only on yourself for help
Yeah,
of
and what
any.
also brings to my mind, Akanksha, is only shows, the amount of potential we have, isn't it? We actually have so much of potential to do so many activities and tasks. So at this juncture, probably I will tell you, Akanksha has always worked from home from the time she started. In fact, I must also confess, I have not even met her for a physical interview. Everything was over the phone. Even this was about what, 1.5 year ago. The interview was on the
Yes,
phone, the discussions were on the phone, everything started on the phone. And I've met you, what, face to face, probably twice or just
that's
once.
all. That once,
Twice,
formally
that's
once.
it.
Yes,
Once, formally, just
yes,
once, right?
once.
So we've never even
Yes,
met in person. I've not even called her. So we have started this new age of living almost 2 years ago. And another work member, a team member of mine, Asha, she's working from home now too. I have been working for the last 4 years now, right? I took a conscious decision of not having a nanny and raising our son by ourselves, and but taking help for my work, that is my company. And I think I've already moved to the next topic, which is multitasking. So, Akaksha, I will allow you to take over the next point. Just before that, I'm just going to say hi to all my lovely, lovely friends who are here. Bhavani, Geetanjali, Vijay, Jyotirmay said hi. Sam, hi. Good evening. Rupali, Vijay, Mitesh, very good evening. Uma, hi, mom. Um, Kuntal, Om, welcome back. Ganesh, Asha is here, amazing. You, Urmila, Preeti, Chudamani, Sharon, hi, amazing, amazing. Okay, okay, Sharon, he's a dear friend. He says, "Hi, Viji, proud of you and your work. I feel you have to become an advisor to our ministers." Why not? We're just the public. In all goodness, we just want the good things for everyone. If we can help anybody at a larger scale, and I don't know if they know everything, but so happy to hear that. It's an amazing compliment. Okay, I'm just adding Akanksha. She just dropped off. Seems like some network issues. All right. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. The next topic, the next point that we were talking about is the lesson is multitasking, right? So multitasking has always been our, they say it's a women's strength, but now in this era, or right in this phase, I must say that men have also become amazing multitaskers, right? Whether we like it or not, we have actually gone ahead and we've really made them multitaskers as well. Let it be taking a meeting, aka Akanksha's back. So whether, taking a meeting or, helping out in the house chores. Akanksha was talking about multitasking. Do you want to continue on that?
Yes, I think women have always, we
I just
feel
said
we
that.
can do
Okay.
it all, we can accomplish it all. The surprise package for me have been the men. They have worked from home, they've helped with grocery shopping, helping with the household chores, helping around. They've done it really well. For
Mm-hmm.
for the as a matter of fact, they've not done it before. It was unexpected. So that way, I
Right.
personally feel they've done a very good job. And
Yes. So
yes,
Sam,
so
yes,
we've
many
all very
congratulations. Good job. Yeah, he says yes, yes, yes. Finally, there is a recognition for men as well in multitasking. Yes. So
absolutely give
I remember
credit
he,
to men.
yeah. So Sam was attending one of my session on intuition, I think, and I remember he was in his office. He was also working. He was talking to his team members. He was giving them tasks, and he was attending the intuition session with me. So yes, so congratulations, and we are seeing that with a lot of men, it might not sound like a big deal, but trust me, multitasking is a huge skill, and it does activate a lot of parts of your brain at the same time, if not one or two compartments at the same time, and it really does help you connect a lot of jobs, activities, and how you can actually run them as well parallelly. So, yeah.
We'll definitely give credit to men or to women wherever it's due, definitely.
Brilliant. Okay. What's the next lesson, Akanksha?
So, next, and I think the one that I had raved a lot about was the fact that, especially during this lockdown, we have gained more clarity about the difference between a need, a want, and a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
Before the lockdown, it was all very blurred, you know. It could be a luxury and it was tagged as a need. For example,
Mm-hmm.
it's no surprise. I need to be office on time, and I need to get my monthly beauty services done, and I need to catch the latest movie at the theater. I need to travel. I need to visit the restaurant. Need. No, that was not.
Yes. Akanksha, while you're talking to us, do you want to move to a better location? Do you want to move? Akanksha, do you want to move to a better location? Your voice is hanging. You can talk
Yes.
and you can walk and probably move. Yeah, if it's okay. Um, yeah, so I think the next lesson that Akanksha is talking about is understanding the difference between need, want, and luxury. Yes, there was a lot of
Yes,
skewed definition of need, right? And rightly, like
absolutely.
Akanksha mentioned, I need to watch this movie. I need to get my nails done. I need to have this attire. I need to have this latest style with me. I need to be able to visit this restaurant is just newly opened. And so, rightly told by her, we've actually skewed the understanding of need, want, and luxury, right? And Akanksha, you can continue.
And now suddenly we have this time to pause, introspect, and really reflect on whether we need it or do we want it because we are in a position to demand so. So I honestly feel there is no harm in wanting this, but it's very important to have clarity regarding a need and a want. That is very important. And yes, and I think this lesson is going to be very important in the times ahead because we cannot afford to take our privileges for granted, and we need to focus on the essentials, our safety, and yes, that's what comes first. Everything
So
else is
I think
secondary.
now, yeah, I think now the luxury is having a house, having a steady income,
Absolutely.
having your family, taken care of, having a steady job. The luxury is having help. ensuring that they are safe, you're safe. The want is also changed, the need is changed. So, for example, also if I can add, I live in a community where a lot of senior citizens have, on purpose not called their help back because, all the maids and, cooks, because they are in risk. And if you see, these senior citizens are actually doing, um, so much for us, in fact, and they have taken the step up. So though they've told no to their help, it is a want or a luxury for them, or in fact even a need for the senior citizens, but they haven't stopped paying their payouts. They are actually paying their salaries, which is a need for the helps, for the domestic help. But all of these lessons and definitions have actually changed, and really giving us a clear perspective of what we really want in life, or what we really are responsible for, right? So I think this is a huge lesson, understanding the difference between need, want, and luxury. Now, who even cares whether you're going to wear a branded watch on your meeting or your video conferencing? Are you wearing a suit? Are you wearing an iron shirt? Have you even taken baths? As basic as that. Who cares? Now all that they care is the job done, isn't it? Right?
True.
I haven't gone to the beauty parlor or whatever for the last God knows 4 months now, 5 months. But we are so filled with confidence because of the inner work that nothing of this matters. What really matters is how can we make a difference to us, to our family, our community, and what we are doing here, isn't it?
Vijay, this just brings me to this. In a past conversation over the phone, will you please throw light on how you were sharing? So, not just social distancing, and how distancing from the unnecessary people has really cleansed our aura. The
Okay, that's
unwanted people, if you could briefly
okay.
tell us about it.
That's a little bit on the spiritual side, right? That I was talking to Akanksha and I was telling her how it is. Yes, actually, it's true. So, this entire physical distancing or social distancing has actually started strengthening our aura around us. So, all of us have 5 to 6 layers of aura around us, and that has started actually getting, I'm sorry, getting cleaner. Just like how Mother Earth is replenishing, getting greener, healing itself, we are also going through the same, because you literally imagine, you are stuck with each other, as in physically you are actually coming across at least 50, 60 people or even 100 people in a week. All of their energies, emotions, auras, whatever they're going through, positive, negative, everything gets mixed up with each other because there is no physical distancing to so much to say, right? But this entire, pandemic has made us stay in our own silos, our own physical space and energetic space as well. So that has really cleaned us, helping us washing away a lot of things that don't belong to us. Plus, also it is making us more stronger, and hence all of this awareness and all of what is happening. And that was the spiritual side, and we didn't even decide to go on it.
No, but still, so at the core
Yeah,
of
I
it,
hope that
basically,
was, yeah.
yes, so be it the tangible things that we have in life, emotions, people, let's just hold on to what we really need and get rid of all the unwanted things in
Absolutely.
life.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay.
Okay.
Om has
Um,
something to say. Om says, do we need to have this conversation or do we want to? I think we need to. We really need to have this conversation because you and I know, probably I have three strengths that I've recognized. Akanksha's recognized three, maybe, or somebody else has taken up three. But when you collectively meet, when you collectively talk, when you collectively learn things that really makes a difference to our life, we're contributing hugely, massively to each other and to the entire community. So I think it's time we really need to talk about what really matters than, things that really make difference in our life, we really need to start talking about that. And hence,
Absolutely.
I this is my contribution, and I really want us to be able to talk about such things. How many of us in schools or colleges or wherever, how many of us are actually told to talk about our feelings? They'll be like, oh God, what a soft cushion you are. How can you talk about your feelings? But you guys, what? That's what you need to talk about, especially things that are making you strong. Enough we watching about negative things, enough of news, marketing media, brainwashing us. But I think it's time we really need to talk about it. Not only with each other, but to our families, our friends, our communities, our circles. We need to do that. Yes. I hope that answers
Absolutely.
your question, Om. Yes, Akanksha. Yeah. So the next one, we'll move to the next lesson.
Yes, the next lesson, the most tangible one, and the most necessary one, the most immediate one also had been money management.
Mhm.
Instantly, everybody was in a state of shock. We didn't know what to
Mm,
do, and so I will admit to it. Also, how many of us can admit to not having been spending mindlessly and carelessly before the lockdown? We were very careless with money, and we were doing so because we were privileged enough. And we always thought that our stream of income, regardless of your business, occupation, or whatever you do to earn a source of to earn your livelihood, we thought that is going to be steady and that is permanent. With this lockdown, it was like a sudden jerk, literally a
mm,
jerk, and we were suddenly we had to sort of realign our priorities, and we were compelled to start saving money. And
true.
all of a sudden, with the lockdown, we don't need any Warren Buffet or any business guru to tell us that we need to save money. Everybody
Yeah.
is spending and saving very wisely, very diligently. And in fact, most of us, at least now, I am
Yeah.
very conservative with
Mm,
spending unnecessarily, not needed.
yeah.
That's really not the need of the hour. And
And that's
times
also
are
in line with,
unpredictable.
yeah, I think it's also in line with our previous benefits, that lesson that we learned, isn't it? Understanding really the difference between need, want, and luxury. And I think now we
Exactly.
really understand the need of money and how we have redefined our want to need and redefined our luxuries.
True. And a penny saved is a penny earned. So all our viewers, please share this thought with all your close ones that, a penny saved is a penny earned. In case for whatever reason, if your stream of income has stopped, has reduced, or it has undergone any kind of change, it's really time to reevaluate and sit down with your financials and really take charge of
Yeah.
money and be very wise with your money.
Yeah. So I remember, with our company, right, with AVKA Naturals, um, I really felt it was not ethical to market. So hence though ours is an essential product, so for people who are just joined, I run a company where we make natural products of hair and skin, completely toxic free, chemical free, natural and herbal. So I really had to pick out of my savings, and I didn't even market. We didn't market. We didn't do sales. We were zero sales for 3 months. April, May, June. Yeah, March, April, May. I would say June. We just started. Yeah, and that was a rude shock. It really was. Um, yeah, you're right, Akanksha. Absolutely.
So it's time we be very wise and very diligent with the money that we have. And
Yep.
also times are very unpredictable. We don't know what lies ahead.
Yeah,
So let's all save for a rainy day and hope for the best.
absolutely. Yeah. So, what's your next lesson?
Next, and I think I will call it my favorite one because it has been widely spoken about on social media, is
Yeah.
redefining celebration.
Okay.
Finally, our generation and the previous generation, we've all understood that it is possible to get married with only 40 people on the guest list. It is
And Indians.
possible.
And by the way, just Indians, being Indians. Yeah.
Exactly. We Indians have finally realized it's a huge culture shock. But yes, we can get married with only 40 people on the guest list. You don't have to throw lavish parties and get together with people who don't even matter to you. And it's been a very crucial,
Mm,
seemingly small but very crucial lesson that you can be at home,
mm,
enjoy a home cooked meal, and celebrate your birthday, your anniversary, your achievements. It's
mm,
all possible. And the celebrations, they have to be meaningful. They have to have purpose and not necessarily be extravagant,
mm.
opulent, and very grand. Not
So
needed,
true.
really not needed.
So true. And
And
especially
there's
with
going
the
to be,
Indian fat weddings, thousands and thousands,
oh
you and
God,
I, both of us, I think we've had that. But
absolutely.
yeah, I think it's really redefining the things that we know, which are so meaningful to us, are actually getting redefined at so many levels, isn't it? Right? In
Exactly.
terms of money, in terms of actual people who matter, people, safety, health. I know for a lot of them, it's forced, but there is a lesson somewhere there. That realization will happen, and not having big fat weddings, big fat birthdays, and big fat parties. Um, I think is really going to redefine the way we celebrate things in life. So I remember last December, when my son turned 4, we've moved into a new community. So I really didn't know many of them, and on purpose, what we decided was we will go to people's house where they have kids and get to know where they live, right? Which block, which number, and be able to see their parents, because in the birthday party you just see the kids and then you have no idea who the parent is, and that's how it is. So we went around to everyone's house, about 30 kids, I guess, so 30 houses, from 4 in the afternoon, and went up till 9:30 in the night. And I feel that was, so we just knocked on their door and gave them a little bit of a goodie and sweet and whatever, and we adults could meet each other and really know who's who. And we knew the kid, and the kids knew each other, like personally, one to one it was. And it was such an amazing feeling. And I think that's made a huge difference to our son and even us, being accepted, being known. We know who to reach out to for what, at so many levels. And next year when we want to celebrate, without a blink of an eye, we know who to call, how the friends are going to be, what they're going to celebrate, and how they're going to bond.
Absolutely. Now that you look at it, it's, in my opinion, it's strange how it's taken something so small, seemingly small, a virus,
Hmm.
something we can't even see, to really bring about a complete 360-degree transformation in the way we look at life. These things should have happened earlier. We should have known that we should save money. We should have known that safety is everything. We should have known the differences between needs and wants. But now, nonetheless, it's never too late. But this should
Yeah.
have happened earlier. However, so I think the main takeaway from this
Yeah.
episode
So
would
I
be
think,
that,
yeah, just before that, Kanksha, sorry
yeah,
to cut you off there. Just before we, get into that, I want our viewers, who's ever here, tell us what you think. Just say, type yes, agree, disagree, or is there any benefit that, or lesson that we've lost or missed out, and you want to highlight, probably 10 seconds, and just go ahead and type in. We'd like to read, and I will read each one of them. So go ahead. Any lesson that we've missed out and you think is a lesson you've learned, been a big difference in your life, and whatever we've shared, do you agree with that? Yes, no, go ahead, just drop in your comment now. And Akanksha, you can probably start reading off. And
yes. So Om Majan says that on a lighter note, it's a 180-degree transformation. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, 360-degree would mean we get back to where we were. Okay, see, that's a lesson. That's a lesson. See,
yeah.
good. Uh,
Yeah.
Sandeep says he laughs and he says 40 guest list. Yes, that's a fantastic learning. We're glad you agree. Any other lessons that you all may have learned?
And this has actually been so much of fun, Akanksha. I think we should just do this together every week now. Looks like people enjoying it rather than just me ranting away.
I wouldn't mind at all. And that's the reason when you asked me, I didn't
Uh-huh.
hesitate much. I was happy.
Wow.
was very happy.
You are an amazing. I can't tell you. Okay. Anyone, any more comments coming in? Just giving you 10 seconds. So we read out what's been your life lesson during this lockdown and what are you going to carry forward? And if we've covered everything, do you agree? Yeah, Akanksha.
Okay, Falguni auntie, I think she's put it very rightly that humans have a very short-term memory. Once everything normalizes, many things learned will be unlearned very quickly. We absolutely agree, and that in fact is the purpose of this episode, to remind you and to make sure that you take these lessons forward. I absolutely agree. We
Not
hope
to,
we take
yeah,
it
but
forward.
not to spoil the party or not to. I have a very strong feeling, and even spiritually I feel things are not going to be the same again. It is a different era, it's a different phase for the earth, it's a different stage of transformation that we're going through. So all of this is happening for a reason, so that we humans elevate, we learn, we understand, we transform, we ready, we accept, and we're adaptable. And well, some, things might still be there, but a lot of unlearning needs to happen, and it will happen. It's going to happen. Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No.
go on. Yeah, the
And
next
okay,
one.
so there's Rita Shah, that's my mother. Hi, Mama.
Ah.
So she says that it has taught us to value our health. And she tells you, Viji, keep coming every Sunday. Mama,
How is
she will.
it?
Definitely.
Yeah, so
Most
yeah,
definitely.
we've started with, I've started alternative Sundays now. So okay, we'll have to really make that effort. Every alternate Sundays is what we've moved to now.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we have Mitesh Khandelwal.
Hmm.
He says, nice Vijay and Akanksha for nice conversation. Absolutely, it's been a pleasure. And thank you for sparing time on this Sunday evening. We've enjoyed it
Okay.
equally.
Sam,
Okay.
yeah.
Would you like to say what your friend
Yeah,
Sam
Sam.
he says?
Yes, Sam says, for me, one lesson learned is to be agile. Be ready today for any situation tomorrow, adapt faster, and move on. Absolutely. I think that's a smart way to really look at it. The more you sulk, the more you are complaining, the more you are rigid, it's only going to be tougher. And I'm talking about from every level, in terms, I mean, every view, I'm sorry, in terms of spiritual, in terms of, if you look at every era that the world has gone through such a huge change and massive change, this is the best way to be really smart on that. Absolutely. Okay, and Mitesh says always, Vijay, I support always. Absolutely, you're an amazing supporter, and we all count on you, Mitesh. He's an amazing giver. He's really a great guy.
Thank
Whatever
you. Thank you for kind words.
Rita Auntie says, whatever we have learned is a lifetime lesson. Absolutely, so true. Okay, so this is brilliant. So Akanksha, do you want to wind up? What is it that we've learned, and what is it that you'd like to really? You were saying, sorry.
Yes. So I think I'm really hoping, praying, wishing that all of us, um, as Indians, people all over the world, whatever lessons we are learning on a professional level, personal level, intellectual level, spiritual level, we take these lessons forward, we battle this virus, and we really remember this for a lifetime because probably it's here to make us better human beings. I think that is what I think Vijay would totally agree with that, that on a spiritual level, it has made us better human beings. Let's retain that. Let's be better people, be positive, look ahead. And yes, I think that's the way to go. That's
Amazing.
really
Yes.
the way to
So true. So we've spoken to you about 7 lessons learned. We've gone a little bit into each one of them. I thank Akanksha. Thank you so much. And I'm so happy that we did this. It's so
go.
refreshing and so different. Rita aunties again say, keep coming live, Viji. Yes, auntie, absolutely will do. And you please come even if your daughter's not there, right? So
She will. She
so
will.
yeah, so Hemant, everyone else who's joined in now. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of this, contributing. I would say please leave your comments, share this video if you really find it helpful. Go ahead and share it in your wall, comment, give us a like. Also, what I would probably like to introduce is that we've come up with our YouTube channel, and we will go ahead and share with you all the YouTube link, and all the videos, winner mindset videos are there. So please go ahead, subscribe to our channel, comment it, watch it, learn it, share it. Let's just contribute to each other, right? And like Akanksha said, let's be positive. Hope is a very okay word, but I'm sure we are really going to thrive in the coming future. So, absolutely. Yes, Auntie, it was a great evening with you both. Lovely ladies. I know. Thank you, Auntie. And so glad that all of you made it. Be safe, stay safe. Please, please, please keep physical distance. And that's Akanksha's lesson to me, which was a brilliant word. Keep physical distance, keep in touch with your loved ones, and stay safe and stay healthy. And wear your mask all the time, please, please. All right. Akanksha, thanks a bunch. You were just fantastic
Thank
for
you
your
so
first
much.
time. You
Thank
were
you
just
very much.
brilliant.
No, thank you. Under your guidance, yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. All righty. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening, and
Thank
stay
you.
safe. Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.